Hi, my name is Leslie Lambert, and I'm the Children's Ministry Director here at Peachtree. I oversee birth to 5th grade.
And I'm Amanda Hanrahan. I'm the Student Ministry Director. I work with 6th grade all the way through college. And we want to welcome you to Overflow for Families.
Overflow is our sermon series for 2024, where we invite you to engage in 10 different spiritual practices over the course of the year. We know you as parents and grandparents have kids of all ages, and so we want to come alongside of you and equip you to walk your family through these spiritual practices. The first of these practices is prayer.
When I was growing up, in our living room, we had this bright, massive yellow chair that sat in the corner of the room. My brother and I always lovingly referred to it as the prayer chair. Every day we could find our mom sitting in that chair praying for whoever was on her list that day. And this taught me I need to integrate prayer into the daily rhythms of my own life. It can be intimidating to introduce prayer to your children, but one thing that I think is a really easy way to define prayer for them is this is simply how we talk to God. Every day and every relationship that we have, we communicate with somebody. That's how we get to know them and how we form a relationship with that person. So it's the same way with God. The more we talk to God, the more we get to know the heart of the Lord. So I encourage you to integrate prayer into your daily rhythms. Today, throughout this video, we're going to introduce 2 really practical ways that you can help your students understand prayer a little bit more.
I don't know anyone who feels like they pray perfectly, that they know what to say or do it perfectly with their kids. So here's a great resource and an easy place to start with kids no matter how old they are, whether they're students or children. GPS. Think about prayer as your navigation system for life. GPS is a great acronym for how to model your prayer. Grateful, please, and sorry. GPS. Grateful, express your gratitude to God. Tell him all the things that you are thankful for, the ways that he's working in your life, and the incredible blessings that he has given you. P, please, ask God for things. He wants to give you good gifts. He is a generous Father. Please ask him for things. And S, sorry. We all have messed up. We have to admit when we're wrong. So end your prayer with telling God the things that you are sorry for, the ways that you have neglected him or put an idol in your life in place of him. GPS can help you navigate the highs and lows of your life.
We've all experienced that moment where a pastor or a leader says, "Can I get a volunteer to pray?" And it's just dead silence. Usually that discomfort comes from people not feeling confident to pray out loud. This is something we don't want for our children and students. One easy way to start having our children grow in their confidence in prayer is in their own homes. Think about times where you're all together. This could be around the dinner table, in your car, right before bed. Whenever your family's together, use that time to share prayer requests with one another. And then ask one of your kids to pray out loud for their whole family. This is a great way for your children to know what's going on with one another, with their siblings, but also for them to grow in confidence praying out loud.
Before we leave, I want to highlight one story in Scripture for you. Matthew 26 talks about Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. He had just had dinner with his disciples for the Last Supper, and he goes off onto a mountaintop with them to pray. Jesus goes off 3 times to talk to his heavenly Father, and 3 times the disciples fall asleep. We often look at the disciples in that story, but we can model what Jesus was doing in prayer. Jesus went 3 times to talk to God. We know that prayer can be hard, it can be difficult, but we want to leave you and your family with 3 things of encouragement. The first is keep at it, just like Jesus did. Keep praying. The second thing is start where you are. No one prays perfectly. No one knows the exact words to say, but if you speak from your heart, God will hear you. The last thing is don't give up. Prayer is effective. We've seen that in our ministries with students and kids. We've seen it in our own personal lives. Prayer is effective. Prayer works.
If you're looking for more resources on how to practice prayer or you want to practice alongside other people, we have more info for you online. You can join a group or you can check out Pastor Rich's podcast. All of that can be found at peachtreechurch.com/overflow.